Great evening, everybody. How are you? Thank you so much for stopping by Chat with Kat and Friends. It is a wellness network. Subscribe to my channel if you would please. Share any of the information that you feel like would really enhance someone's life. This is all about wellness and encouragement and inspiration. I thank you so much. Look, pull up your chair, pull up your drink and all of that stuff. Sit down with us on tonight. We are in for a treat. We have Minister Paris Harrison with us on tonight. She is the boss lady of Par Aqua Holistic Health. Yes, Par Aqua Holistic Health. She's going to tell us about her juices, her waters, actually her waters, and the different products and services that she has available. And this is so phenomenal, especially during this time, height, and season of so many so many health concerns that are almost like plaguing everywhere and everyone. We're going to do what I want to just give birthday shout outs this month to thank you so much for joining us. Give birthday shout outs to all of our October birthdays, and today is my first lady's birthday. God bless you, Lady Robin Lawrence. God bless you on today. We had a Holy Ghost praise party on yesterday, honoring God first and foremost, and honoring and just shouting her out because it's her birthday, and we had a wonderful, awesome time at Abundant Harvest Ministries. Do look us up. Come on, stop by and just worship with us any Sunday. Services begin at 10 a.m. That's 1720 Belmont Avenue, right here in Baltimore, Maryland, right down the street from the Martins West, that small street that Martins West is on. To God be the glory. Thank you guys so much for sharing with us. Hey, good evening, great evening, Queen. Thank you guys so much for sharing the evening with us on today. I didn't have much else. I'm sure we will cover so much when Paris comes on, and she's waiting for me now. So without further ado, thank you guys. I wanted to wait a couple more minutes, let a few more people jump in if you would. Thank you so much to my Twitch family on Awesome God Radio and on Chat with Kat and Friends. I pray that you guys can see very clearly that all is sounding well on your end. We did do a sound check and visual check, and everything was working just fine. And aside from that, we are having just a wonderful day on today. I pray that your Monday is marvelous, that your Monday is just going marvelously. And if it is not, take a moment, breathe, take some deep breaths, and so you can think, because sometimes things happen in those split seconds and we don't have time to think. So when you have time to think, pause, think, take a deep breath, and then make those great decisions, make great positive decisions about whatever it is that you need to respond to, whether you need to ignore it. That's a part of your health and wellness, right? That great gift of breathing that we have, that great gift of breathing that we have, and decision making, right? We have a choice. So let us put on what we can in our knowledge base of health and wellness and spirit fitness. May your spiritual health be fit and on the way to being fit, right? We want to think clearly and be respectful of one another and all of those great things. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Paris on, who is actually my cousin. Yeah, she is actually my cousin as well, and I'm so super excited to have her on tonight. So let me just bring her on now. Hey, Queen.
Hello, beautiful. How are you?
I am awesome. How are you?
I have no complaints whatsoever.
None, right? God is good and greatly to be praised, in and out of season, all that good stuff.
All the time.
So look, we want to chat with you on tonight about Par Aqua Holistic Health. Now, you say the name, because I may be saying it incorrectly. You say the name for us. Let's get clear on that before we proceed, and give us the goods. Give us the goods on what you do and how you do. What led you into this field, this place and time. Just let us know. Pronounce Par
Awesome.
Aqua for us. Am I saying it correctly?
Yes, Par Agua. So you take the beginning of my first name, which is Par, and then you mix it with agua, which is water, and that's how I came up with Par Agua. So yeah, Par Agua Holistic Health. It was derived, just as I explained, based upon my own personal testimony and my story of how Paris was healed by water. And so that's why my company is named Par Agua. It holds a great testimony, a phenomenal journey, and one that if you had not followed me on it, you probably would not believe it. But
You wouldn't
yeah,
believe
Par
it.
Agua Holistic Health is it's an amazing ministry. That's what I want to say. This company is not just my business. It is actually a ministry that was birthed based upon a season in my life that God had to take me on in order for me to understand so many different avenues and gyres that he was taking me on so that he could birth me into a place where I can now call this a ministry. What Par Agua is the use of faith, hope, prayer, and the use of the earth to heal your bodies. We know of a lot of people who talk about holistic healing, people who use different herbs for certain reasons, certain things, certain ailments, health challenges. And then we also know of people who are vegan and they only eat certain things, plant-based things. But to tell you the truth, a lot of times those people don't even understand why they are vegan to the full definition. They just know they don't want any meat because of the stigma that people have put upon putting certain things in your body. But what I try to do is educate people and teach them the full length of using the earth for your body and making your body work for its own good. And so that's where Par Agua came from. How to use herbs, roots, vegetation, and spices to overcome health challenges that your body had. For me, you know, our family is deep. Our grandparents had umpteen children, and they
Right.
learned how to cultivate and grow things that was for beneficial for our family. So
Right.
my dad, being the oldest of the males in our family group, in our family generation, he taught me about herbs, roots, and vegetation. He taught me about plants and vegetables that healed the body from certain things that was happening. And then he also taught me about doing my own research and finding out information for myself. So what information he had, he instilled in me, but then it was then up to me to take it a step further and really find out the definition of what he was trying to teach me and take it to the next level. So with that being said, you know, dad passed away from cancer, but before he passed away, there were some few tips that he left me. And one of the great things that I remember is cantaloupe. He absolutely loved cantaloupe. I love cantaloupe, but he taught me what cantaloupe truly did. It helps to fight cancer cells. It helps to give you energy. It helps to boost your T cells. And so that was something that stuck with me. And it was something, excuse me, that I really, really needed later on in life because in 2016, I had a stroke. And my stroke derived actually not from me not caring for my body properly, but for a number of reasons. One, neglecting myself and the upkeep and maintenance of my body, because I've always been one that's physically fit. I've always worked out. I've always been physically athletic and things like that. I've never been obese or anything. But for someone of my age at that time, because I'm still in my middle 40s. So for that to happen to me, it was mind blowing and it was shocking. With that stroke, it took my eyesight, my ability to speak, my ability to walk, and it took a great deal of my memory. One of the things that I did remember, just based on I guess, my surroundings and what was around me, because we're a family of pictures. We have pictures everywhere. And I have this one picture that's up here of my dad and I, and we are in the garden. And that's a picture that I always keep out. And when I saw that picture, something jogged my memory to turn back to the earth. And that's what I did. So I spent about 18 to 20, I believe it was 21 days total over in the stroke unit over at Northwest, because they were trying to figure out how someone of my age had a stroke. I didn't have high blood pressure. My A1C numbers were great. I wasn't having any aneurysms, but something had to have triggered this for me in order for me to have a stroke, and especially of this magnitude, and for it to have happened so rapidly. And so during my time there, of course, they pump you with all these different medications, and they're running all these different tests, and they couldn't come up with the answers that they needed. And then finally I was like, you know what? I need to go home. I just want to go home. And I remember my mom coming to get me that night, and taking me home. And I just began to jog my memory of what could heal my body, what herbs could actually help with what these doctors were saying I would not recover from. They told me I would not have my eyesight back. They gave me this ugly patch that I was supposed to wear because my eye was closed and my face was disfigured, and my speech was absolutely horrible. I sounded like someone that was from Trinidad, and I absolutely did not like it. No offense to people from Trinidad, but for me, that was not who I knew I was. It was a totally different Paris. And the depression that set in with that became great, because being unable to do for yourself the things that you would normally do on a daily basis, that kind of messes with your mind a lot. That actually is what motivated me to want to become better. I did not want to be an invalid. I did not want my mother, who was now staying with me, to help do the daily things that I could not do, bathing myself, cooking for myself, caring for my children, caring for my home. I needed to get back on track. And so I started doing different combinations in my head of what herbs and spices would help my body. My greatest thing was I wanted to have my memory back. So I knew I needed something that was going to empower my brain, something that was going to trigger the fire up to where I could at least get enough back to try to overcome or play this thing a little bit to get me a bit further along. And with the blessings of my mom, she was my ride or die, absolutely. And everything that I needed, she made sure that I had. And so I started getting these herbs and roots. And then I started thinking, how can I make this work for my good? And so I thought, put it in water. What's the best way? Every time you get sick, you get a sore throat, something like that, people go to tea. So I said, maybe if I put these herbs in water and they saturate each other, then it would become some type of concoction that would be what my body is craving. And so that's what I began to do. And with those combinations, sure enough, it began to give me energy. That was a major thing, because people who've had a stroke know that that's one of the things that you lose. You lose energy, you lose momentum. With me not being able to use my limbs and being bedridden, I just didn't have any energy in me. Excuse me. So when I noticed that the energy came back, I said, okay, if I got that, then let's see what else we can do. And so I just started adding different combinations more to what I had already established. And what happened was my eyesight came back. So when my eyesight came back, I knew I was onto something, because now, ever since I was a child, I've been a little defiant. What you tell me I can't do, I'm going to do. So those doctors telling me I was not going to be able to see again, I just could not accept that. And so my journey continued on, just mixing things. And I was going, okay, God, I'm mixing some stuff here, and It ain't FDA approved. But if it works on my behalf, Lord, I'm going to just trust you on it and I'm going to go with it. And that's absolutely what I did. And when I gained back my eyesight and I got the ability to think a little bit more clear than the cloudiness that I was enduring, I knew I was on to something. And within 3 to 4 months, I made about a 90% recovery, absolutely blowing my doctor's minds with them saying to me, see, Miss Evans, because I am formerly Mrs. Evans, they said, Mrs. Evans, we told you the medication was going to help you and that it was going to get you better. We weren't expecting you to make a full recovery like this. And it was a great victory for me to actually pull out the prescriptions that they had written to me and hand them back to them. That was my way of showing them what you said was going to work or wasn't going to work absolutely did not work. But God had another plan for me. And this is why I am who I am today. And just having that testimony and that journey alone, showing people what God had taken me through, because there was so much more to that lesson than just having that stroke. It was so many things he had to teach me. He had to teach me about being still. He had to teach me about trust. He had to teach me about shutting my mouth and not doing things prematurely. And then when he was ready for me to come out of that, then he definitely brought me out. And the amazing testimony that I was able to share with people is what caught followers' attention. And people were just like, okay, if he was going to do it for you, let's see what he's going to do for us. But I definitely had to sit back and ask God, was that what he wanted me to do? Was that something that he had created and designed for me, for Paris? Or was that something he then wanted me to manifest into what it is today? And so here we are today with followers literally internationally. Par Aqua ships everywhere. It blows my mind sometimes of where I get orders from, places I probably never have heard of, but that's okay because Google helps me to find them on the map. And it blesses my heart and my spirit to know that, wow, okay, I didn't know I had this many people following not only my journey, but the journey that I had with my son, and to see where I came from in it, where he came from in it, to where we are. And now that not only has it strengthened their faith, but it has taught them a better way of living, which probably wasn't even a part of the agenda, but it happened. And so in those teaching tools, I try to I guess my assignment is not to force people to believe, but to give them the vision of my faith. Walk by faith, not by sight. And in that, followers come from everywhere. And I just kind of sit back like, wow, God, okay. If you rocking, I'm rolling.
Wow. You know what? And I'm just sitting here. I'm like, and I have heard bits and pieces of this before, you guys. I'm telling you, you would not believe it. That's why I can sit here and just listen and just almost get a little nervous, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. And I don't know why. I don't know why. It still like blows our mind, but God blows your mind every time, even if it's a story that you've heard before in its entirety or in brevity, however that looks, it's just so mind blowing, the love of God. So you touched on a few things, and I want to just go back. Congratulations, and God bless you, first of all, for surviving, for being obedient, for using your gifts, talents, and your skills in such a way and trusting him in that process. You guys, that takes a lot. It takes a lot. This isn't an easy thing. So if you're watching and you feel like God or something, you might not even know that it's him. You feel pushed or moved in some way to start something, to just write something out, or to even physically do something positive, of course, that is maybe not in the scope of what you think it should be in. Get confirmation, talk to God
Yeah.
about it, and then start. He will put those steps under you that are missing, like the connections that you might need to a distributor or someone that you need. Man, look, God is good, and he will bless your obedience. There's graciousness, there are blessings in just obeying him and listening and just doing what he said, which is obedience. But to just pick up on, you spoke about holistic health. Can you describe for some of us who may not be familiar with the term holistic,
Mhm.
like what does that mean? How is that different than any other kind of health? Can you just expound on, what it means to be holistic? I am a holistic health lover, but expound on that for us, please, just to give us some insight on, on the inner workings of and the differences of what makes that so much better
Mhm.
than other health methods and processes.
Okay. So there are different variations. You have holistic health, you have organic health, and then you have all natural health. A lot of people think they are all the same things, but they are not. I'll start with all natural. All natural health is when you have something where there aren't additives, there are no steroids, no chemicals, no added byproducts to enhance the growth of whatever the product is. It could be a vegetable, it could be meat, whatever it is. It is natural as it is from the womb or from the soil. That is
Mhm.
all natural. Organic health means that the soil is raised or it's built a certain way. So therefore, product grows differently. It grows only based upon the actual foundation of the seed. Um, no fertilizer, no manure, nothing coming from animal waste or anything like some farmers do. And therefore, that's what makes that organic, totally organic. Holistic. Holistic actually adds in a little bit more to that. Well, for me, it does. I can't speak for everybody. Holistic in the terminology in which God has given to me in this company and this ministry is what he has allowed me to grow and build based upon not only the earth in which he has made it plain and simple, but based on how much faith, hope, and love that I plant into whatever my heart desires and that he allows to manifest. So for me, when I say holistic, it means that this is what God has given me naturally, straight from the foundation. And then he's then given me the tools to build it. And once I build it up, then it becomes just him and then it's holistic. Other people look at the term holistic, meaning that it's totally spirituality, which that is incorporated in my belief, and that um, those other things then come to corporation. That is organic, that is natural, that there are no byproducts, and then they merge those together, and then it becomes holistic living for them. So everybody has a different perception and definition of their holistic method in which they use that's best for them. For me, like I said, it's about what I'm asking God for, how I'm asking him to do it, what he's correcting me on, how he's telling me he's going to do it, and then instructing me to do it, and then my obedience then to carry it out, only using the tools that he's given me. Sometimes when we when we step outside of the realm of God and his holistic method, and we begin to bring in our ways, that's what I call added byproducts. Those are those artificial things. It then is
Right.
no longer holistic. It's tampered with. So it can't be natural or organic. It can't be faith-based or spiritual-based, because anything that's faith-based is solely based upon how God has grouped it together. And I love how when I'm wrong, he corrects me and he'll shut it down real quick. I don't like how he does it sometimes, and that's okay. I box with him a little bit from every now and again. That don't mean that I ever win, because I don't. And he wears me out sometimes, and that's okay. Because the great thing about it is when I do go toe to toe with him and he wears me out, he always comes back and restores me, and then he replenishes me, and then he builds me back up, and then he's like, okay, you ready to listen now? All right, if you're
Right.
ready to listen now, we can go and do this. And I'm like, all
Right.
right, I'm gonna roll with it.
Well, thanks for clearing that up. I know for me, just in case anyone had that question, today or tomorrow, or whenever you should view this interview, that there are many variations to the definition of holistic and what it means to you. And I know for me, being a believer and understanding that everything that God has he's already given us everything that we need. And it's for us to use it, like the herbs, the things from the earth, the things that we can plant, or the things that grow from the seeds and things of that nature. Those are from him. Like, not
That's
Mother
right.
Nature or any of those things. I'm like, those are from God, given to us to use, to be plenteous, to be abundant, to be boundless and bountiful in the ways that he's given us. So like someone like you, um with such skill, such courage and bravery and gifting and anointing, let me say, um when you put all of that together, this is what it comes out to be. It's almost kind of like chemistry. Chemistry meets, it's like a mashup of some things, but that is the wonderful graciousness of the blending of God's word. You can't, to me, you can't do you can't do anything apart from him. Nothing is done apart from him. So when you infuse him in it, you get blessing on top of blessing. And he just blesses, and it just goes, and you just go. People wonder why, oh my gosh, how did that happen? How did this happen? And prayer works, and prayer changes things. Prayer
It
changes
does.
things, and it changes the report of the doctors. I remember years ago when I had my mini stroke, it was definitely not, I did not have any of the residual effects that you face, and many others as well. But memory escaped me. But all the other things were still there and still intact. And as you said, energy was the biggest thing. It's just so draining. And I think no matter what scale of debilitation your body may be at, that energy level, it's like something, you just got unplugged. It's like you just got unplugged, and
Right.
there's nothing there. So I remember going through many changes, and you speaking of it, I'm like, man, I wish I had I wish I had me some of that some water, some holistic water at that time, man, because the bounce back would have been so much better and cleaner. But I remember driving and feel in my mind the car was going this like in a landscape manner, and I was driving. It was just so awkward and odd, and it was just your mind. It was a mind thing, and it was like
Right.
a week after, and I was trying to return to work. But at any rate, um some measures like this, and some that are stated on your website, and we're going to talk about your website. I want you guys to go to it. Go to www.paraguahealth.com and check out
Mhm.
this website. She speaks of or highlights the very many health ailments that many people encounter, that you have discovered that mixing this herb with this spice, or these herbs and these spices, actually work to conquer, heal, to restore and revive. And then you have your before and after pictures. I'm telling you, I'm like, I was floored. I go to the website, and this wasn't my first time at the website, but I was on there today, and I actually like peruse through intentionally, because we're meeting on today. It's part of my homework. It was part of my homework. So I intentionally perused through every area, and I was like, wow. And you've added it, the site is steadily building. So inform us, our I was getting ready to say really quickly, but however that looks, but inform us on some of the debilitating health ailments that are, plaguing some people today, that your that the holistic herbs and spices that you have used, what they have done for people, because it's amazing. It's just simply amazing. God bless
Awesome.
you and thank you.
So with the water, I find the right herbs, roots, and vegetation. Every water is created differently. No client is getting the same exact thing because everybody's profile is different. So, excuse me, if you come to me and you say, you know what, Paris, I'm dealing with high blood pressure. I'm dealing with high A1C numbers. I have inflammation in my body. I'm hurting all the time. Then in my mind, I'm going, okay, so I know what herbs are best for high blood pressure and how to get high blood pressure numbers now, LDL numbers where they're supposed to be, how to get A1C numbers to come back into range, how to make your body produce natural insulin, how to oxygenate your blood to flow through your heart the correct way so that your body is pumping the way that it's supposed to, so that it can get to your liver, so that your liver is pushing out toxins. In my mind, it's like chemistry. I'm back in chemistry class and I can see everything that I'm supposed to do. But then the thing is making those combinations come together to work for that person. Join the waters is absolutely amazing. People rant and rave about these waters. But then I had to come to my senses and say, you know what, Paris, I was doing 200 1-gallon containers of waters daily. And although I was helping clients, I was wearing myself out because that is a lot of weight to be dealing with on a daily basis every day of the week. And so I said, okay, I got to find a better way to do this. So what I did was I took the best combinations of herbs that I could find that would, one, help with high blood pressure, because we know people, especially of our color, our numbers are extravagant when it comes to high blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, obesity, and cancer. Those are the number one killers for us. What can I create for my people that would be a benefit to them on a daily basis that will, one, get them off of the high blood pressure medicine? We know that's the first thing that the doctor tells you once you get on high blood pressure medicine, that you'll never be off a high blood pressure. It'll
Right.
be something that you take for the rest of your life. That is not true. I am with confidence can say that is not true. Why can I say it with confidence? Because if you go to my website, you will see the amazing testimonies of so many people who God has blessed me to be able to get off of those medications and not have issues with the high blood pressure or the diabetes. How is that? Because again, that profile that you and I sit down and create is so beneficial, because I'm going way back and I'm bringing you all the way forward of, one, what your body needs, what you need to take away from your system, what's causing you harm, how we can kind of supplement it, and what's the best care plan that's going to be not only beneficial for you short term, but long term. Because what we want to do is not have you on Par Aqua forever. I don't want to substitute medication for another
Right.
supplement that you're going to be on for the rest of your life. The goal is to get your body restored, replenished, and rejuvenated, and teach your body how to stay that way. I tell people all the time, cook to heal your body. You know, I love to cook. I do my blog, I do my show, Making Love in My Kitchen. I love cooking with the herbs that I have been blessed to grow here on my property. Just knowing what my family needs, knowing what my body needs to stay intact and moving the way that I do, because I still got a lot more living to do. I mean, I'm you know I'm over the 40 mark, but at the same time, I still feel like I'm in my 30s sometimes, and that's a great thing. What I did was I substituted the Par Aqua waters for the Restoration Capsules. It actually went from the waters to an oil syrup that was being taken every day for 30 days. And what it did was it detoxes your entire body. When people say detox, they think of doing those quick fix tea detoxes that they're like, oh, I lost 10 pounds this week with the tea. No, that's water weight. Anybody can do that. That's something that's done naturally. That's not what you need. When you do a proper detox, you're detoxing your colon, your kidneys, your liver, your intestines, your brain, you're oxygenating your heart, you're going for the gut. You are doing an overall detox. And when you detox, you then have to build your intestines back up. You can't take away from it and then not give it anything back. And a lot of times what happens is people will detox during those quick detoxes, but then they don't know what to give their bodies back. So everything that they pushed out in those first 7 or 10 days, they now come back behind it and put back in all of the chemicalized foods. They go back to the fast food restaurants, and all that stuff then builds back up in your body, and you actually end up putting on more weight than what you lost. That's how you know when you're not doing a proper detox. But when you do a proper detox, as I just said, and then you build your body back up by cooking the correct vegetables or herbs, or incorporating those spices in your food, because just like how a farmer grows his meats, through his animals, and he gives them chemicals to make that meat grow quicker, the same thing happens with your body. When you put natural herbs in your body, it does the same exact thing, but it's doing it organically, all naturally, and then for us, holistically. And that's what you want to do. I teach my clients how to make a salad. I always ask, and I got to know, when you make a salad for your family, what do you put in your salad?
When I make a salad, okay, what I'm putting in my salad is I usually use spring mix or a mix, or like a green mix. As long as it has spinach in it, I'm good. Spinach, and maybe some red leaf lettuce, I'm good. I do not use iceberg lettuce. I don't buy it, but I do like it sometimes because it's crunchy. But let's see. So I'm using lettuce, spring leaf lettuce, and I'm using I try to get chickpeas in there because I want some protein.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using strawberries. I'm actually going to do a video of my slamming salad. It's my slamming salad. I love salad. Just
Awesome.
like you, I love salad. Tomatoes, got to have tomatoes, got to have a little cheese, so that's the gist of it. That's the basics that I put
Okay.
in.
So you hit it on the head. I tell people all the time, do not use iceberg lettuce. They have no nutritional value whatsoever, other than the fact that they are just to rehydrate you. That's it. When you make a
Water.
salad, you want to make a salad. One, if you're going to use the spring mix, that's awesome, because the spring mix actually has everything that I'm about to give you a tip and a tool with. You want to have dandelion in your salad. Dandelion is excellent for your liver. It detoxes your liver. It gets all of the toxins, waste, bacteria, infection, viruses, inflammation. It pushes it out of your liver. So you want to incorporate dandelion. Dandelion is also good for reducing bad. So that's critical. I tell my clients to also make sure that they use arugula,
Okay.
spinach, baby lettuce, green oak lettuce. Green oak lettuce is essential because it is a provitamin for vitamin A. You want to use
Hmm.
chard, Swiss chard. Swiss chard reduces insulin resistance in your body. This is what lowers your A1C numbers. This is what keeps you from having sugar diabetes and high glucose levels. You want to use the arugula because it has vitamin B, vitamin K, vitamin C, and it coagulates the blood. So that means your blood is flowing through your body the way that it's supposed to. And when it gets to your heart, it's bringing all of those vitamins to your heart, which now helps to fight heart disease. You want to use endive. Endive is another lettuce. It's a little funny looking lettuce that you'll see in the spring mix. It has vitamin K, vitamin A, and it reduces inflammation in the body. So if you're dealing with arthritis, stiff joints, muscle spasms, things like that, that's what endive does. It reduces all the inflammation. It's potent because you're eating it exactly in its naturality. So it's getting into your system the way that it's supposed to. Radicchio fights cancer, osteoporosis, heart disease, it's rich in vitamin K, and it stops the growth of cancer cells. Here's the kicker. Everything that I just told you, you would think that a doctor would tell you that, especially for someone that is, let's say, fighting cancer.
Right.
They put them on the chemotherapy cocktail and push this 27-piece cocktail of toxins into your body to fight cancer cells, which actually kills off the good cells that your body needs, when they actually can create for you a plan to say, but if you want to take an organic approach to this before we give you this poison, you can try this. Because what happens is, not only does that combination of lettuce and herbs that I just gave you fight the cancer cells and kill the cancer cells, but it also builds up your T cells. It builds up your bone marrow. It gives you energy. It produces new cells in your body so that the cancer cells does not outnumber the good cells. These are the things that I try to educate people on, because what I hate seeing, and which I've seen so many times over, but thank God he's given me the ability to bless quite a number of my clients who have been dealing with cancer, who have fought that battle and have been in remission now for the years that I've been helping them, to try to understand what's happening with their bodies. Yes, cancer is anything foreign to the body. We hear the word cancer and we panic. We're like, oh God, they got the cancer. Cancer is anything foreign in your body that the doctors cannot figure out. That's the clear definition of cancer. Anything that the doctor can't figure out is wrong is cancer. Your job is to not stop where the doctor can't figure it out. Your job is then to, one, understand your body, understand the changes that's happening in your body, and then to be able to talk to someone who has the knowledge and the information that you need to say, okay, so if your body is doing this, this is what's best for you in the all natural or the holistic or the organic realm. Okay, well, if you're fighting with this issue here, then maybe we need to add and incorporate this particular vegetable or herb and see how it, how it helps to reduce the side effects or the ailments that you're dealing with. The problem that I have with doctors is they share that information. And the blessing in it is that we have amazing women of faith and virtue, such as yourself, who share information as we're doing tonight, that then educates people, and it gives them that missing tool that they didn't know was an option to them. And once they have that option, then it kind of gives you more of a better mind capacity of thinking. Because when you hear that your body is faced with something terminal or detrimental like that, the first thing you do is panic. You panic, and then your mind immediately goes to what the downfall is going to be based on the stigma of what someone else went through. You don't sit down and do, and I'm not saying everybody, but a great deal of people don't sit down and do the research for themselves of what could be the best alternatives for them. For me and my stroke, I needed to find a better alternative. I couldn't live with the fact that someone who did not know me, other than my stay in the hospital, who did not know my past. They didn't know my medical history because I came in through the emergency room. They didn't know my family's medical history, are now telling me that this is the bottom line of what has happened and this is what you have to go with. We accept that, especially in our culture. We accept other people's opinions of what we need to then own in our lives and change for what we know that we can change. And that's what my determination and my passion is in this ministry. Tell me something that the doctor said that you can't do, because then it is my burning passion, the desire to prove them wrong. For me, that's what ministry is about, because ultimately there is only one healer. There's only one who can give you that final call. If it is that, he's going to shift the atmosphere on your behalf and make you a believer based upon what he said you could do to now what God said he's going to do, I'm on board. If you are one who's just like, you know what, yeah, I'm going to accept the doctor's final decision, this is the prognosis, and yeah, this is what it is, then I tell people, don't call me. Because I need your faith to activate in order to make any of this come together, because that is the key ingredient. One, because you got to get your mind right. If you lose your mind in it, you've lost everything. If you lose your heart in it, there's no recovery from it. If you don't have enough faith in what the plan of action is going to be after you come to me, we're wasting time, because God is the center of this. And if we can't put him first in it with our faith, nothing else is going to work. And I know I've said a lot. I'm sorry.
No, you know what? You know what? That's where, look, that's where we're so much alike in, you know, the passion of what it is that you're doing and what it means, you know, what it means to you, not only to you personally, but especially when it's helping other people, and you know that it helps other people. It's like I just have to push the information out. I get it wholeheartedly, and I thank you so much. You guys, look, thank you so much, everybody who's tuning in. We're talking on tonight with Paris Harrison, CEO and founder of Par Aqua Holistic Health. And she's just giving us all of these great nuggets. I hope that you are holding on, that you are grabbing at every gem she is saying. And thankfully, this information is on. Will be on YouTube, right? Will is on YouTube, so it will be archived, so you can pull it up at any time. You can take notes, and I will have much of this information in the description section of this interview. Don't forget to subscribe to Chat with Cat and Friends. This is a wellness network. You know what, Paris, you hit on so many things that are near and dear to my and Anthony's heart, especially in concerning the health and welfare, the well-being, the knowledge that we have, the ability and knowledge that we have to obtain so much more information than we ever have. Right now, we have the ability to obtain so much more information. And let me caveat on that. Now, I'm not saying not to go to the doctor. I'm not saying not to get evaluated for things that are wrong or happening with you. Of course, do these things. Please do these things. That is your diligent effort in trying to find out what's wrong or what you need to make correction to and adjustment for. That's certainly not what we're saying here on tonight. Let it be said that expertise lies where expertise lies. Okay, and there is a commercial effort in the health and wellness field. Okay. And it's nothing new. We're not saying anything that nobody doesn't, that nobody knows, right? In the concerted effort that you have and the responsibility that you have for your health, these are things that we should be doing. I push research, especially in my Wednesday wellness segments, research anything that I'm telling you. Research, research, and this is what Paris J is telling us on today. It behooves us to know what is going on, to understand or come to an understanding, some similar understanding of what we can do ourselves. We have power in and of ourselves to make better choices, better decisions. Do not deviate from any medication plan that you have from your doctor
That's
abruptly.
right.
Go and seek some advice for someone in expertise areas such as Paris J sharing with us right here, right now. And there are so many others. Look to the reviews that you see on people, on the products that are being used. Go to this website, you guys. Check it out because there's so much information there. You have and I'm just going to the website now. You have information there. You have meditation that you teach people to do meditation because it is a mindset. It is a mindset. Anthony and I embarked on, well, not embarked on, but we went through this training last week. And the first day, it was a 5-day training. The first day of this training, the trainer stuck to mindset. He's stuck on mindset because it is a mindset. It's like, why take the training? Why go through everything, all of the information that I'm going to give you, if your mind isn't set and fixed and focused on what it is that we're talking about? Like, just like you said, you're wasting your time, and not that some of the information won't, stick, and maybe next week it'll kick in, but it's like it's a right now. This is an emergent, it's kind of like it's an emergent thing. You must take hold of great information that you hear and act on it. That's God wants us to act. He wants us to act on the things
Yes.
that we're hearing. So can you give us more information on some of the other services that you provide? I know I read that you do have meditation. There are classes that you can take. There are
Mhm.
breathing exercises that you help people to do because anxiety and all those type of things. We're
Yeah.
faced with so many things and barrage with so many things in this day and time. Not that it's never happened before, but our generations that are alive today have never been through such trauma, such trauma, and
Yeah.
from everywhere. So, can you
From
share with us some
everywhere.
of the right additional services that Par Aqua Holistic Health serves and gives to others?
Absolutely. So I have partnered with an amazing team who specializes in doing therapeutic massages for me. And one of the great services that Par Agua offers is in that healing session. I call them healing sessions, not massage sessions. These are healing sessions. In these healing sessions, I am then, let me take your mind there. This is because this is the great part about it. Okay. In these sessions, you are in this room that is filled with the herbs, roots, spices, vegetations. Everything is all natural. So your touch, taste, scents, aromas, everything is awakening your body. You're smelling, you're absorbing all of these things in while these massage therapists are massaging you in the amazing oils that I create here in Par Agua. One of the best ones is the oil of life. The oil of life was made for joint pain, inflammation, arthritis, chronic pain, swelling, anxiety, depression, everything. So they're massaging you from head to toe. They're incorporating these herbs. I've set the atmosphere for you. And while you're getting that massage session done, we're communicating. And I'm speaking to not only your mind, but I'm speaking to your spirit. Prayer is a major thing. Everybody does not believe in prayer. And for those clients that come to me and say that they don't want that portion, that's fine because I know how to pray silently. But you're still going to get some sort of prayer. I know how to call God into the atmosphere. But that's one of the amazing services that I provide, those healing sessions where I'm focusing on whatever areas you need me to focus on with helping you to overcome. Another thing is I do the making love in my kitchen, where I teach people about meal preps and how to prepare the right meals to overcome the ailments that you might be faced with, or a family member might be faced with, or whatever. Because the biggest thing is when we become sick, we don't eat the right things. We tend to get lazy. We think, let's snack on this here and there, when actually that's the thing that's keeping you sick the most. People tend to flock to the bad foods when we become ill, and then we can't figure out why we're not able to overcome that ailment, whether it's a common cold or flu, whether it's sinus issues, whatever the situation may be. I teach people then what to put in their bodies that's going to help them overcome that. One of the other things that I do as well are prayer sessions. My prayer sessions actually involve something that's a little bit more intense, and I do not do prayer sessions with everybody. I definitely have to seek approval and definitely get authorization and permission from God to do my prayer sessions, because in my prayer sessions, and I'm gonna go back to grandma real quick, which actually today, Kat, we celebrate, this is 13 years of grandma's passing on today. But, grandma taught me about the gift of my hands, that I'm not supposed to touch everybody. And back then I didn't understand what she was saying, but I understand it now. The power and the gift that God has given me in my hands, sometimes I need to learn to keep to myself. And so that's what I do. So when I do my healing sessions or my prayer sessions with people, and he's authorized me to touch them, then that means I'm now allowing people to absorb from me what God has put into me. And so I have to be very, very careful with that, because everybody can't handle the energy that God has placed on me. So they're sacred sessions. They're done at much discretion. My verbal prayers go out to everybody. I'm not stagnant in that at all. But it takes a serious authorization of approval from God to definitely sit down and to do those prayers, them one-on-one, where I need to hold your hand and figure out where God is pulling me in that particular situation. And then, my products, all of my products, because I do everything now, from organic scrubs by Melisi, which are for your hands, skin, face, everything, to the weight loss supplements, or the massage oils, or the cough syrups that are for the cold and the flu virus season, which we're coming upon. So I'm trying to get people encouraged and to know how to put these organic to their bodies. All of those things are on my website. They're also on Amazon. They're on Shopify. We're in Walmart. We're in Dollar General. We're fighting to get in the Target. I am determined to get in Target. But all these things have been approved. They've been certified. I am now a part of the e-commerce trade here in the United States. So everything that I have put together here has been researched and approved. Thank God. I don't want nobody coming saying I'm doing some generic stuff. I am a licensed herbal practitioner, and I take so much pride, and not only pride, but passion. When you have a passion for something, it manifests and it births totally different versus something you just have to do. Something you just have to do, you like, that. But when you have a passion for it, and God has given you a genuine love for it, it evolves in a way that I never thought Par Aqua would evolve. I thought that this was just going to be something that was going to be here in Maryland. But to now know that I'm known in the UK and Malaysia and Japan and Canada and Taiwan, and the list goes on and on. I'm just like, wow, God, it was definitely more than I ever could have imagined.
Wow. Look, and we have so many comments coming in. And I'm sorry, look, I'm kind of because I was trying to chat back and forth with some people. But Breezy did let us know she put her order in.
Yeah,
Silent
she should have
Professor
it by
chimed.
now. She hasn't got her order yet.
She must have just put a new one in, sis. She must just
Oh,
put a new
okay.
one in.
Awesome.
So Silent Professor chimed in. It's a few more people here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Look, and I was going to get to that, Paris, because I did see how you have like struck it with Walmart, Amazon, yes, and the ones that you have stated already. So many, look, huge, huge, huge congratulations to you concerning the expansion and just like the notification. And it's like, I don't do this for notoriety and all of that, but I'm getting it. So thank you. And all praise goes to God. All praise goes to God. It's like, just like you said, that wasn't your expectation.
Was
It wasn't
not
your
my expectation.
expectation. So
Let me tell you
God be.
something. I'm gonna tell you
Go ahead.
something real quick. About
Hmm.
years ago, Bishop Walter Scott Thomas gave me the honor of meeting Bishop T.D. Jakes, actually a couple of times now. And when Bishop Jakes came into town, he came in on this flight and he was having some back pain or whatever was it bothering him with his back. And Bishop Thomas said, I know what to get for you. And he came and got the oil of life. And Bishop Jakes used the oil of life and he liked it. And we talked about it. He says, I can't promote you. And I said, I understand. He says, no, you don't. He said, I can't promote you because you're not ready yet. I said, I'm not ready yet. In my mind, I'm going, what you talking about? I'm ready. He says, no. If I put, right. He was like, if I put this out here that I use this product and liked it, do you not know how many people are going to flock to you? And I had to think about it. And I said, you know what? I'm not ready. I'm not ready at all. So we were able to get our picture and everything with him holding the product. And he just told me, be very careful of how you put that out there. And I went home just a little disturbed by it because I'm like, I got picture with Bishop Jakes and he's holding my product and I want to blast this thing. And then I had to sit down and talk to my mom, and my mom helped me to understand that some things you do prematurely that God is just not ready for you to do yet, and you'll become overwhelmed. And back then I was thinking, I want to do this in mass numbers. I wasn't ready back then. It wasn't until just this summer that God gave me the ability to expand the way that He did. And then He did it unbeknownst to me in bits and pieces, like waking up one day saying, oh, I think I want to go to Walmart today. This is almost impossible, but okay, let's give it a shot. And then for them to embrace me and say, oh, yeah, we can do this. And I'm going, what? Oh, okay. And then to go to the e-commerce and people are telling me that it can't be done, that you're such of a small business and you're not FDA approved and they're not gonna, and God was like, watch me work. And then within a
Right.
week for this thing to hit Amazon and it hit Shopify and it hit eBay and then to go to Dollar General, I was just like, oh, see, that's how God know He built me. Never accept anybody's calling on your life but God. He's the only one that can dictate to you the journey that you're supposed to go. And if you trust the journey, all you got to do is keep following. The path may get a little bit crooked. Things might get a little bit risky. It might not even seem like it's going to manifest. But if you remain faithful in it, you might not see the door, but He's definitely always going to give you a window. And so I be looking for them cracks in the window. I don't even look for the doors no more. I want to take the crack in the window because that's the one that's going to challenge me. And in it challenging me, teaches me sometimes doors open and they're easy to walk through and you don't know what's on the other side of them. But if you'd be nosy enough to be like, God, you told me ask, seek, and knock. I'm going to look through this crack in the window. If you allow me to see something in it, it's for me. And if there's nothing
Right.
there, then He ain't going to let that window open no more. And that is what I've learned in this journey.
Wow. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And that was going to be my final question. So thank you so much. What could you leave like with us for anyone who is, and like you said, you like, I have done this. I have done this and been around this rodeo a few times. So God be praised. She's just ready. She is just ready. She is just ready. You guys check out Minister Paris J's website, Par
Yes.
Aqua Holistic Health .com. Check it out. All of this information will be in the description section of this video. Thank you so, so very much, everyone, for chiming in, your engagement, your comments. Share this video. Hey, you know someone with some ailments, or
Yeah.
maybe they feeling defeated, like there's nothing that will help them, or nobody understands. Hey, send them this video. If everything isn't for them, there is at least one or two, maybe three pieces that they will walk away from, that will give them what they need to know and understand, that hey, or even have the question, hey, I can live. There's someone who knows, I don't know, XYZ. Don't hold the information. Do not hold this information. This is crucial. This is like life sustaining. And I thank you so very much, Minister Paris, for being on with us today. Thank you so much for
Thank you for
your
having me.
obedience. You are so welcome. Thank you for just using your gifts, your anointing to help, to push us forward. We need to do this together, you guys. And we want to let you guys know that you have gifts, anointings, and talents, and God is just waiting for you to take some steps. You think He's waiting on you, but He's the other way around. You think He's waiting on you to take some steps. So just take those steps, believe and trust and go. Look for the cracks. Look for the
That's right.
cracks
Look for
instead
the
of those
crack.
big wide open doors. Take notes.
Yes.
Look, thank you so much for joining us on today. I really do appreciate it. I am blessed. I am infused. I am encouraged and inspired. And I thank you so much for sharing with us your information, all of the wellness tips and the strategies. You guys, I pray that you use them to your benefit. Thank you so much, Paris. I
Yes.
appreciate you, girl, and love you so much.
Thank you. I love you too.
Have a great night.
You too. Have a good one.
Wow, that was awesome. What a wonderful interview with Minister Paris Harrison, Paris J. Check out Par Agua. And see, I had to have her pronounce that, because I know, we and look, I'm from Baltimore, so some of the emphasis be on is on the wrong letter sometimes, but it's okay. It's okay. Par Agua Holistic Health.com. All of this information, or most of it, you need to watch this video, rewatch it if you must and if you will. But most of the information will be posted in the description section of this video. Please share this video. This is like timely information. Someone needs it right now. Go to the website, check through her website for the different services that she has that are being offered, of the different the oils, the waters, all of those things. I mean, wow, it's just wonderful to know that there are options out there available. You will search. When you search, you will find out that there are lots of other options out there that lean more toward a natural approach, a holistic approach that doesn't include like medicines that leave so many other things in your body, that have other side effects and things like that. There are other options and other ways, you guys. Again, let me state, not saying for anybody to halt and stop taking any kind of medicine. Seek your physician's advice, and let them know that you're thinking about, I heard about this and I want to try that, or what they think. Get some feedback, and then get feedback, and then do research on all of these things. We must. These are health matters, and your health does matter. It is of such great importance to this world, to one another. Your health is important to me, just as, and if you didn't know it, my health is important to you. We are important to one another. We are each other's keeper. The information that we have to help along our health, our spiritual well-being and fitness, our physical health, we need to share that with one another. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Chat with Kat and Friends on tonight. Subscribe to the channel, look for other videos, previous videos to this one, and there's more to come. Next week I will have Dr. E with us, Dr. E with us on next week. He's right here, resident of Baltimore, Maryland as well. If you are not familiar, become familiar. I will send that flyer out and put some of his information as well for upcoming events into the description section of this video. And the week following that, Pastor Deborah Burris is going to be my guest as well. Man, and they're both authors. And have books that have just come out or that are coming out. And I'm so proud of them, and so proud to be connected with them. Hey, you guys, subscribe to Awesome God Radio Facebook page. Also download the Awesome God Radio app. There's tons and tons of other wonderfully talented, gifted, anointed hosts. And we're all connected in family, and there are some other shows with different topics and all of those things. Everything is meant and intentional to raise us up in our awareness and our spiritual awareness of who we are, how we are, why we are, and sometimes many of us, we need to know that there's more out there. Is this it? And no, this isn't it. God is going to use you in a most wonderful and gracious way, if and when you give him the opportunity, if and when you surrender unto him, and just let him do his wonderful, magnificent will in your life. You will see the fruit of your labors, and all of those things that you may have been parlaying in you and you haven't been able to do anything with them. He's going to give you all that you need to go forth in that journey. Hey, look, what else? You can follow me on Twitch TV / I want to say / chat WCAT. Cat is KAT, and friends is all spelled out except the with. It's W. Chat WCAT and friends. I'm on Instagram, Chat with Cat and Friends. My personal page is Cat Wilson. And I have the Emerge Wellness on Facebook, and Emerge Wellness on Instagram. Hey, you guys, this is a wellness network. Send in any of your suggestions of people that you would like to see, any referrals. Send them to me at trinaw@awesomegodradio.com. I look forward to chatting with you guys again. It's Monday, so I'll see you on Wednesday for the wellness tip, the Wednesday wellness tip of the day. I'll bring that forward on Wednesday. And then again later on in the week. Hey, touch the notification bell so that you will be notified every time awesome information is uploaded to my channel. Thank you so very much. Those who have subscribed, those who will subscribe, thank you. Share the channel, send in your prayer requests, all of those things. I look forward to speaking to you or speaking with you and hearing from you as well. Thank you for your engagement and your comments. It is such an honor to be with you on tonight and each and every time. So have a great, blessed, fulfilling night. Look, and rest up. If you need to rest up, go ahead and do that thing. Get your rest, or get your eat on if it's dinner time for you, whatever the case may be. I pray that God continues to bless you tremendously in everything that he has planned for you. Touch and connect base with him. You guys have an awesome night. I am out of here tonight. Thank you for your engagement. Have a great one.